back, everybody. I am heading to the AMIExpo, the American International Motorcycle Expo in downtown Columbus. I'm very fortunate because it's right by work, so free parking in a parking garage that's monitored. Swung by through yesterday, and there were tons of motorcycles out. I didn't go into the expo, but from the turnout of the motorcycles parked on the street, it looks like there's going to be quite a lot of people there. So super excited. Can't wait to get there. Meeting a buddy at 10. Rode a little quick, I think, just because I've never been to one, and I want to see what they're all about. Definitely going to look at the spyders. A couple questions for them. One is they dropped the RTS, I've been told or heard. So if they drop the RTS and all they have is the regular RT, and then they have the limited, well, the price difference between them is $6-7 grand. And with the base model RT, can you get cruise control? Because I was told when I bought this that, oh yeah, sure, we can put cruise control on it, and you can't. Not by just adding a switch. So I want to see if they can answer that question. Also want to see if they're going to be looking into the buffeting issues with the windscreen on the F3s. I want to go look at the new Harleys. And, then of course anything else I come across. I'm not going to be doing a lot of video in the expo. Just going to try to hit the highlights, and that's about it.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. At the expo, it is absolutely amazing so far. Just came from Harley. The new Harley lineup looks absolutely amazing. I have made my way to the Can-Am spyders, and I have a couple questions. It looks like we have the new F3T with the new gauge. Absolutely love this color.
A display or a... Sorry.
You're fine.
On this one you have the cubby up here, and it has your cords in here.
And then we have the new RT with the new headlights, and everything is smoked. Gives it a very awesome look. Here's a look at the new dash on this one. That is nice, very nice. With the new speakers, I think they took it from the F3T. So we got an RT with the old dash. Yeah, that new dash is incredible. And then with the smoked headlights. Okay, so that's these are the models that they brought today. I got some questions for them since they dropped the RT. I want to see if you can add cruise control and a couple other options. So on that, I will let everybody go. Welcome back. Made it down to Indian. What do we have? A Dark Horse edition. Very beautiful bikes. So here at the expo, you can ride a motorcycle and not be on the open road. Very cool, very cool.
Alright, welcome back everybody. Just got off the highway. I was like, I wasn't thinking. I was just going to pound all the way home, and then once I got into town and the speeds were slower, I was going to come back on, but I can just take the back way home. That way I can get a decent little ride in, and we can talk about the little expo. So like any other expo, you know, a car, medical, you know, not only do they have the manufacturers and what's new, but then whatever supports the manufacturer with gear, with helmets, everybody was there. You name it, they were there. Even a couple motorcycle companies I've never heard of before. So I'm limited in my steps that I can take. I can usually only do about 2 hours walking before I really need to sit down for a while and let my lower back decompress, and then I can get up and I can go again. So we got there at 10. It's it's 1:30. So I did decent. Walked around it twice. I'll start with the new Harleys. I love the new Harleys, the new Softails. You know, a lot of people are complaining that Dana's dead, but these new motorcycles are a modern day motorcycle. They're not a 20-year-old motorcycle anymore. It's a modern motorcycle, a modern motor, a modern frame. It's going to handle better. They look absolutely incredible. So kudos to Harley for making a motorcycle that if they can get their loyalists to get on, they're going to sell a lot of them. The Indians, I sat on a couple Indians. The Dark Horse, beautiful, beautiful bike. Love the Indians. Stopped by BRP, you know, and I was very disappointed. And I'm not gonna be negative. I'm just, the people they had there did not know their merchandise. So when I heard that the RTS has been dropped, well, that's what I would step into. That's the features that I like. So when I went up there, I'm like, hey, does this base model, well, they didn't have a base model, which was sad, but I asked them if the base model RT had cruise, because I love cruise, and the guy didn't know. You know, and that's basic stuff. That's doing your homework for a couple days, reading over the brochure, and knowing your merchandise. So I was very disappointed. This guy was talking about he's worked for Harley and GM, blah blah. Don't care, dude. Know what you're doing. So I didn't like that. So we walked away. We did a couple more laps. We came back, and people in my area that shop at Ask Power Sports, Ed and Patty were there. So when I saw them, I was deflated a little bit. We've had our issues in the past. I'm gonna keep that in the past. And I didn't even want to walk up to them and talk to them. But, you know, I had questions. I want to know. So, you know, I went up and talked to Patty, and Patty definitely recognized me. And, you know, we talked a little bit about the old Spyder, and I told her, you know, I got rid of it and got an F3, and she was like, that's good. You know, I'm glad you got rid of it. You know, I told her what I didn't like about what I have now. And I think the biggest issue is the buffeting of the helmet. If the helmet buffeting was non-existent on this thing, I'd probably keep this one for a while. You know, now that I put miles on it after I got out of the shop. I have full faith in this thing. I would hop on it and go out west right now if I could. So, dude, I get on these tangents. Oh my goodness. We're talking about the brand new BRP spyders. They had the 2018 RT there and the F3T with the top case. I will tell you what, that new dash is pretty cool. It works for me. I like that they're stepping up with what makes the riding experience better. Connectivity, pairing your phone with the spyder. I did it with my STS by buying just a little Bluetooth receiver like what I have on the side of my helmet. That way I could pair my phone to the STS and I could play my music through my phone a lot easier than that little cable thing. So the connectivity is awesome. The new gauge is awesome. They have smoked the headlights and the fog lights on the RT. I think it makes it look very modern. I would love to see that smoked effect on a flat black anything. It would look pretty killer, to be honest with you. So my questions to Patty were, now that they dropped the RTS, well, you know, I like the radio and I like the upgraded seat and I like the cruise control over the base model. I like that the RTS is one color on the top and then all of the wheels and the floorboards and all the aluminum pieces are not that cheap gray crap that I have on my Spyder. Yeah, if you like that, you know, I'm not here to offend anybody. To me, I don't know, I think it makes it look cheap. So to see that they went away from that with the base model, they went with the gunmetal color with the wheels and the aluminum floorboard or the pegs, but all the aluminum work on it. I like that. It makes it look not as cheap. So it looks like the base model RT will come with a radio and will come with cruise control. So the only thing I don't think it comes with that I would want would be the fog lights. And I think it's a $500 option. So, you know, maybe stepping into a base model RT, then it might be cheaper than the RTS for me. It seems like it's going to carry everything that I want. Another thing I talked with Patty about is we talked about the buffeting, and I have not ridden on the F3T. So if any of you guys have the F3T with that windscreen setup, let me know if you guys have the same buffeting that the F3 with the Blue Ridge windscreen have. She told me that the F3T, they do suffer from the same buffeting, and that's why I would step into the F3T, is to, because I like the setup, I like my feet forward, I just don't like the buffeting. So if the F3T buffets, you know, the helmet buffets going down the road, why am I going to spend $26,000 when I can spend $25,000 on an RT and not get the buffeting? Because I know the RT doesn't buffet because the windshield's big enough and I think it's pulled back a little closer. So all in all, what I saw with the brand new 2018s, and I never stop at that stop sign. They're gonna bust me one day. I always come up to the track so I can see the tracks. So what I saw with the 2018, you know, I'm digging it. You know, the connectivity is only going to enhance your ride experience. If you don't have to have the Bluetooth, or not Bluetooth, if you don't have to have a GPS hanging right here and it's all integrated, You know, the only thing I can see is how do you get your updates? Can you update it through your phone through the app, which would be awesome if you could, and I bet you can, because they talk about apps that you can get. You know, I think they're taking a good step forward. Now if we can get them to work on the rear shock and the buffeting on the F3s, I'd be pretty happy. So the expo was pretty cool. If you got your ticket online, it was $14. I did not. I got my ticket at the door. It was $16. Well worth it. Got a whole bunch of goodies. But all in all, it was a pretty good event. Dig the new Harleys. Like the direction that the Spyder's going. So on that, I'm going to let everybody go. I'm going to listen to some music and relax for the next 10-15 minutes before I get home and step into a whole different world of craziness. So, had a great time, well worth it. Hopefully you guys in the area that watch the channel were able to go. If not, I really highly recommend you going next year. I want to thank everybody for watching.